Welcome to Friday mornings, Follow the Light. Come on in, and we're so glad that you're joining us. I hope you'll tell friends about our video devotional as we continue to follow the light. We're going through the book of John, one chapter at a time, and we're on John chapter 15 on this Friday. And Jesus here tells the disciples, and he tells you that he wants you to be fruitful, productive, and effective in life. In fact, he says in John chapter 15, verse 9, or verse 8, "This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourself to be my disciples." It's God's desire and will for you, if you're a Christ follower, to produce a lot of fruit, to be very fruitful, productive, and effective in your life, to make an eternal difference in fruit that will last, Jesus says. And so how do you do that? Well, he says that in verse 5. He says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. But if you do not remain in me, you're like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up and thrown into the fire and burned. But if you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you." And so Jesus is saying that he's the vine. Now, everyone understood what he was talking about here because there were vineyards all around. And he was saying that I am the vine, and everyone who has a vineyard, who works in a vineyard, knows that the vine is where all the energy and the life comes from. The vine is the source of the fruit. And he says, I am the vine. I am the true source. And so you got to stay connected to me, and you're the branches. Now, the branches don't produce the fruit. They get to bear the fruit. He says he wants us to be fruitful. He wants us to bear the fruit that he produces. But the problem is when I start thinking I'm the vine and I'm the one who's to produce the fruit, then I get stressed out and worn out. And I think I've got to really produce in my life. I've got to make the changes that I need to make with my own willpower. I've got to change other people. I've got to get it done. And so whenever you start thinking that way, you start trying to be the vine, and that's an impossible thing because he's the vine. There's only one vine. All we have to do is stay connected. We're the branches. Don't ever forget who you are. You and I are a branch. He's the vine. The good news is we don't have the pressure of producing the fruit. All we have to do is stay connected to the vine. We get to bear the fruit, but we can't produce the fruit. And so, really eternal fruit, change lives, and really being effective with your one and only life. And so all I have to do is stay connected. That's why we're in this devotional called Follow the Light, because as we follow the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with him, we stay connected to him. As we spend time with him and seek to follow him one step at a time, then we stay connected to the power source. It's like being plugged into the power source. The lamp is no good unless it's plugged into the power source. And so we have to stay plugged into the power source. He says, I am the vine and you are the branch. And all you got to do is stay connected to me. But if you don't stay connected to me, you're not going to be productive at all. You may look productive to some. You may look effective to others. But it won't last. It's not an eternal effectiveness. It's not fruit that will last. And so, but he says, I am the vine, you're the branches. But then he says that my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. And so if you're a Christ follower and God's working in your life, there are going to be seasons of pruning where he cuts back, where you have to, step back, where it looks like that things aren't going great. But that's the pruning process. Why is he pruning? So that we can be even more fruitful. And I think I've said this before, but it's kind of like when you come up to a ditch and you got to get over that ditch. First, you've got to take some steps backwards so you can run and get some momentum to jump over the ditch. And that's the way it is when we need to go to a new level in our lives, a new level of effectiveness, fruitfulness, and productivity in our lives, in our relationships, in our work, whatever it may be. Then sometimes God allows us to step back. Sometimes God pulls us back. And we think that we must have done something wrong. We must be out of God's will. No, he says every branch that is fruitful, he's going to prune. And he prunes you. He cuts it back so you'll be even more fruitful. He's got something even better for you because he doesn't want you to go back to normal. And that's why I think it's so important when we talk about, the pandemic and everything, and people want to get back to normal, get back to normal, get back to normal. And now everybody's saying, oh, there's a new normal. Well, God doesn't want us to get back to normal. He wants us to be better than normal. He wants us to go to a whole new level that we've never been before. And so he pulls us back and gets us ready to slingshot us over the ditch for his glory, to get to a whole new level of productiveness. And so the good news is all I've got to do is stay connected to the vine. Just stay connected to the vine, and we get to bear fruit. God bless you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll see you at church or connect with us through church online. God's up to great things. We love you.